Governor Pete Ricketts and the Nebraska State Patrol detail our troopers' deployments to Texas to patrol the border. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Nebraska State Patrol officials have defended their state-funded mission to the U.S.-Mexican border in Texas, arguing that they answered a call for help from fellow law enforcement officers amid a surge in illegal border crossings. Patrol officials yesterday described the situation in Del Rio, Texas, as a humanitarian crisis and said many locals welcomed them. Captain Jason Scott, commander of NSP Special Operations Division, and who led the team, said the impact of the crisis on the people of Texas and their law enforcement was palpable.
Troopers felt a heavy burden on what was going on down there and needed desperate help. You could feel that. You could just feel that. I think this was wave 15, if I'm not mistaken, for Texas DPS. This was our first wave, so they're on wave 15. They're feeling this. Their families are feeling this. The state's feeling it.
The agency has come under some criticism for agreeing not to seek repayment for the services it provided to Texas at Nebraska taxpayers' expense. The last of the 25 troopers who were deployed are expected to return today. Well, fair season is ramping up across the Panhandle. Farm Director Shabella Guzman headed to Bridgeport to cover the Morrill County Fair 4-H Horse Show.
The Morrill County Fair is in full swing at the fairgrounds in Bridgeport. The 4-H Horse Show was held on Tuesday with entrants from around the area. Caitlin Rosas, 4-H assistant at the Morrill County Extension, says the Morrill County Silver Spur Group has been practicing all year.
They will do at least weekly practices. They will come out here, they'll practice in the big arena, or they'll use our smaller arena that we use for our large animal shows later on this week. And they'll come together as a group just to practice. They have been having to make sure they get their level 1 testing and stuff done. We've had a couple even go on to do further testing so that they can participate in districts. And we had someone from our county even go to state recently, so that was really cool.
In the arena throughout the day was Erin Daniels of Dalton. She won Grand Reserve in senior showmanship and tells us about her passion for horses.
I've always loved being around them. This horse was actually supposed to be my dad's horse, and then my dad started hauling cows, and I asked him, I'm like, can I show your horse? He's like, yeah, as long as you train him. So I've been working with him ever since I got him, and he's 11 years old, and we've had him since he's born. So
what kind is he?
He is an American quarter horse. He is actually registered sorrow. He didn't turn gray until he was 3.
Also at the horse show was Shelby McKibben as a 4-H volunteer.
Okay, so I signed up to help with the horse show, and so I have to take the results that the judges stuff and run it up there. I've never really been around horses, and so I thought it would be fun to watch and stuff and help out the community and stuff.
McKibben will be showing her pigs on Friday and keeping them cool in the heat, which is expected to be in the 90s.
Well, coming up after the break, Bill Boyer's in with your weekend weather forecast. I'll have that right after the break here on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, you don't have to be like a tortoise and carry your home on your back. They have mortgage experts that can help you finance the home that's perfect for you. Whether you're a first-time home buyer looking for your next home or simply want to refinance the home you're in, the experienced lenders at Platte Valley Bank are there to help. Contact them at pvbank.com or call and visit with one of the mortgage experts to take advantage of great rates at Platte Valley Bank.
If you're like me, you're willing to travel for a good steak and a great dining experience. Bobby Joe's Branding Iron in downtown Bayard has just that. Some of the Panhandle's tastiest flat iron steaks, ribeyes, and even prime rib. Pair that with a Western dining experience in our quiet dining room or fun-filled main dining area, you and your family are sure to have a great night out on the town. So if you're looking for a great new restaurant to try, you just gotta head on over to Bobby Joe's Branding Iron in Bayard, open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Cloudy skies through the area this evening. We're going to be dealing with an isolated thunderstorm or two. That's about it. Clearing skies as we get towards morning. And the beat just goes on with the forecast. So just an isolated storm or two tonight, and then maybe again tomorrow and possibly Sunday. Then we'll go through some drier days. Unfortunately, that's going to heat us up for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Monsoon moisture is going to be in place, though. We will see a slightly cooler weekend. And we use cooler loosely around here. Certainly a little cooler than yesterday at 102, missed a record high by 1 degree set back in 1940. So that record will hold. It's been there 81 years. 600ths of an inch of moisture yesterday. Had some more in southeastern portions of Scottsbluff County. Goshen County had some flood advisories out yesterday as well. The drought monitor, not much has changed in the last couple of weeks. We still have abnormally dry conditions in these yellow shaded areas. Moderate drought conditions here as we zoom in these this lighter shaded area, and then severe drought conditions starting to pick up in a few areas as well. Current temperatures, we're in the 90s out here for most of the Cornhusker State right now. It is very hot. 93 in Norfolk, 93 in Hastings. Valentine checks in at 97. Slightly cooler than yesterday. You can see a little bit cooler with a couple of showers forming in portions of the Panhandle, and we've got some gusty winds with those as well, at winds at about 10 miles an hour or so. We do have a moderate or marginal, that's the lowest risk, marginal risk of severe weather here in the northern portions of the Panhandle and on up into portions of South Dakota where the severe risk gets a little higher. Tomorrow that pushes well away from us and stays through Sunday as well, as we don't have much going on in thunderstorm chances, especially Sunday will be lesser than tomorrow. So isolated showers and storms, they're going to be very hit or miss tonight. Most of us won't see one. If you do, could see some moderate to heavy rain out of it. Otherwise, clearing skies as we get closer to morning. Low temperatures, 60s out there. A very warm night again tonight. Tomorrow we start the day with partly cloudy skies. We bring a few more increasing clouds later on in the afternoon. Isolated coverage of showers and thunderstorms again. Not everyone's going to get them. Hit or miss, isolated showers and storms capable of heavy rain. And that's going to be the biggest threat out of those tomorrow again. In the 90s, a little cooler, 83 in Cheyenne. Most of us in the low to mid 90s. That's going to be our coolest day for a couple. In precip, again, it's isolated. It's scattered around. You could get a few hundredths in some areas and maybe a couple, 0.2, an inch, inch and a half, 2 inches in some areas. Really just depends on whether you get underneath one of those heavier bands of thunderstorms. So a stray shower or thunderstorm tonight, 64. Muggy conditions out there for a low. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a stray late day shower or thunderstorm around again in the low 90s, and then we really get the heat cranked up for next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're in excess of 100 all of those days. In the mid 90s on Thursday, that'll feel downright chilly compared to where we're going for the first part of next week, and then 91 on Friday. So very hot conditions there as we start next week. Oppressive heat around for 2 or 3 days to start the beginning of next week.
What a year 2020 was. Now's the time to get out and travel this summer to see family and friends you were not able to see this last year. Spend more time enjoying your trip by flying United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with daily flights to and from Denver. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. And don't forget, Thrifty Car Rental is here for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and hitch a ride with your BFF, Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
The summer heat is back, but you can keep your cool with new windows and doors for Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming. That's right, Christmas in July is back. And for a limited time, Renewal by Anderson is offering 20% off and no payment, no money down, and no interest for 18 months. That means no payment until 2023 and 20% off every window and door. Call 307-215-7493 and schedule your free in-home estimate from Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming today.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Welcome back. The Nebraska State Patrol and Chadron Police Department are seeking the public's help in locating a person wanted for questioning in connection with a homicide that occurred early morning today in Chadron. This morning, the Nebraska State Patrol and Chadron Police Department issued a media release seeking the public's help in locating 20-year-old Ian Sage Littlemoon of Chadron, who is believed to be traveling in a stolen van. Later this morning, the van was found abandoned northeast of Chadron. Littlemoon has since been located in Pine Ridge and taken into custody by officers with the Ogallala Sioux Tribe Department of Public Safety. Dawes County Attorney Vance Hogg has filed charges of first-degree murder and use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony against Littlemoon. The victim has been identified as 72-year-old John Martinez of Chadron. The homicide investigation is in the early stages, and additional information will be released when possible. Well, after taking a break for more than a year, the Scottsbluff Gering United Chamber of Commerce will be resuming their popular business after-hours events. Chamber Director Karen Anderson says they already have events scheduled in August and September, with one event coming later this month.
Yes, we're pretty excited. We have one coming up July 29th. CASA will be celebrating 25 years, so they're going to host over at Hotel 21, which is a new facility, so we should get a pretty good crowd, I'm thinking. August 5th, we're going to go to the Gering Civic Plaza. The Gering Public Schools Foundation is hosting Business After Hours to introduce Nicole Reagan, their new superintendent, so that should be kind of fun. The plaza's new and Nicole's new, so that should be fun as well.
Anderson invites chamber members who would like to host a business after hours to call her office at 632-2133. And Nebraska now faces a projected $101.6 million budget shortfall despite a surge in tax collections, largely because of a new tax credit for property owners that grows when state tax revenues increase. The boost in revenue will mean a bigger tax credit for homeowners and a record high rainy day fund for the state, but could mean a tighter general fund budget. The numbers were released at a meeting between legislative leaders and budget officials. Nebraska ended its fiscal year last month with $5.959 billion in tax collections, nearly $1 billion more than projected. But under state law, all of the excess money will be split between property tax credits and the state's cash reserve. Well, still to come, your Fridays in the Field, weekend community calendar, and your Friday 5. We'll have all of that right after the break. Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
In boots, new and old, you've walked the rows of life, a fence length of time. You fought the floods, snow, and sweltering heat, and lifted breathing and settled pain. With a smile and a cry, you've strengthened your community and future generations. Sometimes with nothing to say. Often can't say enough. Like, let me do it again.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Welcome to Fridays in the Field, brought to you by FNBO, the great big small bank. I'm Clay Patton, and we come back to Lexington, Nebraska, and back to Max Creek Winery and Vineyard to check on the grape growing crop, and of course our great tour guided host through this growing season, Max McFarland of Max Creek Winery. And it's been a couple weeks now, but rain has returned back to central Nebraska in several areas. Max, what are we seeing for a grape crop right now? How are things looking?
Well, I tell you, who'd have thought we were going to get the majority of our rainfall in July of all times, but it was very welcome. The grapes love it. Of course, they love the heat as well, much more than I do. But this rain came at a very good time. If you get too much rain too close to harvest, that gives you some problems. And of course, you know, don't want it to get too dry either. So it was very timely rains. We were very fortunate.
That is great to hear. Now, as well, coming into this year, in our first episode, you talked to us about the fact that the wines that Nebraska makes, well known now across the country, winning some awards both at the national and international levels. Even from what the varieties you're growing this year, what kind of wines can we expect to be made, and is there anything new or something you want to try in 2021?
We're going to have many of our good old reliable wines that we've done year after year. Our Edelweiss is going to be looking good. Our Buzzard Juice Blush. We're going to have a good crop of Brianna that's going to end up as our Flatwater White. We are kind of excited about a variety of red grapes that we almost got to the point of harvesting a good crop of those, and that's when we got hit with the herbicide a few years back.
So really, Nebraska wines competing in all the different flavor categories that many wine connoisseurs are used to. When it comes to the ag tourism side of Max Creek's Winery and Vineyard, though, you're introducing some new things this summer as well as bringing some older elements that you've done in years past. Tell us about the summer at Max Creek Winery and what folks are enjoying and how that's helping the business.
Well, you know, we don't like to get too bored around here, so we're always looking for something new to do. We have introduced our Wednesday backyard barbecue. We've expanded the farmers markets that we attend down in Lincoln to a couple of Saturdays a month this year, so that keeps us going that direction. We have our Friday night, every other Friday night, live music going on out here. So we're really trying to become a part of a destination out here in Dawes County. You know, we'd love to have people consider us a destination to come to and stay and enjoy the day, enjoy the evening. But, you know, so many other things we have to offer in Dawes County with museums and the lake and what have you. We're just a part of that bigger puzzle that we hope to really be able to bring tourists into Dawes County.
Not selling so much as an actual ag product, but really selling the culture of agriculture and bringing people in where they can sit and experience the product right in the midst of its growing.
You know, and that is so true. People love to be surrounded by the vineyards, and it gives us a chance to tell the story. You know, we don't try to be like other major wine producing regions of the country. We want to show what we can do best with wines in our part of the country. These wines are so unique, the cold climate wines, and because they are unique in terms of the grapes we grow, they're also unique in the wines that we produce, and you can't find those wines anyplace else in the country, really.
And again, we're talking with Max McFarland, Max Creek Winery. And Max, we've really covered another broad round for Fridays in the Field. Have we looked over anything important, though, for this week's discussion, or anything that we've maybe overlooked in our conversations earlier?
Well, I look forward to our next episode, because we're going to be right in the throes of harvest at that time. We're just getting close now, which means we're about to go into veraison. What that means is these grapes, this is a white grape, even though it looks green, and it will start to turn golden and soften up, and that means that it's starting to ripen. It'll start to sugar up, and we start tracking it then very closely in terms of the chemistry of the grapes. We have to also be cognizant of the birds that love these grapes when they start to get sugar in them, and they're kind of like raccoons in this part of the country. They're into the sweet corn about 2 weeks before you're ready. The sweet corn's ready. Well, they hit this the same way, and it can be devastating.
There we go. And kind of give us an insight too when we think about harvest in Nebraska. A lot of mechanical use when you think about the big combines and stuff. But for Max Creek Winery, is it a more by hand process?
It's totally a by hand process. There are wineries in the state that do have mechanical harvesters. We aren't one of them. We really like to do the hand harvesting, and it's much easier, much more effective to control how much exposure of the juice to the grapes and the skins and that sort of thing in terms of timing. The winemaker really tracks that very closely depending on the kind of wine that he wants to make. We don't want those grapes sitting in a bin macerated in their own juice for extended periods of time. We'll do the harvesting in the morning as soon as it's light enough to see. We'll have quite a crew out here to pick these. We'll have the grapes in, pressed and in the tank and cooling down by mid-afternoon. So we're pretty particular about that, and it's hard work, and it's an exciting time of the year, but it's a lot of hand labor.
That is Max McFarland. We have some exciting things to look forward to in our next episode of Fridays in the Field when we come back to Lexington and Max Creek Winery and Vineyard. But this is another episode of Fridays in the Field brought to you by FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank.
New looks and new decor can be found at Compliments for You and Your Home. Check out the newest styles from Tribal, Charlie B, Ethel, and more. Compliments also has the shoes, purses, and jewelry for any occasion. Plus, right now, get 20% off all clearance apparel. While here, take a look at our solar lights and felt birdhouses. Finally, visit our newest addition, Katie Chandler and her salon. All this at Compliments for You and Your Home, 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your weekend community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
The 4th Annual Monument Muscle Car Expo, presented by Munoz Construction, will be August 21st from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. at the Owlick Truck Shop, featuring muscle cars, lowriders, classics, off-road vehicles, motorcycles, and more. Call or text 308-225-0685 for more information. Sponsored by Extreme Dents, Munoz Construction, Allstate Insurance, BNC Steel, All-Star Customs, Rural Radio, Paul Reed Construction, and DJ Jammin' J Smooth.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, we believe in personalized planning for your financial goals.
As your retirement income partners, our concern for your success, combined with resources from Raymond James, can help you make confident decisions for your financial future.
Our team of financial advisors will help you make your money work just as hard as you did to earn it. After all, our goal is to help you reach your financial goals.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Kevin Fig, Financial Advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation pre-retirement review.
And finally tonight, before we break for the weekend, it's time once again for your Friday Five.
They're opening up the monkey drop for us, and we thought we were going to get out of having to jump off the ledge. And we can't get out of it anymore.
3, 2, 1.
And just like that, it's over.
Hey guys, Alex and Rubble here, and we're about to go ape.
That's right, we're at Mahoney State Park today, and we're going to go on the Go Ape Treetop Journey course.
Let's go! Okay, so fact number 1, Mahoney State Park opened back in 1991. It was named after Eugene T. Mahoney, who was a former state senator and longtime director of the Nebraska Game and Parks Commission. Don't fall!
Stop it. Oh, my shoe just came untied.
Oh no!
Dagnabbit. Fact number 2, Nebraska's flagship state park consists of 430 acres and is one of the state's top 3 tourist attractions. Oh, stuff. Oh, F. To my mom, I will hold my possessions.
Fact number 3, during the summer, nearly 100,000 visitors come to visit the park's aquatic center.
I'm about as agile as a newborn baby calf. Don't try this at home, boys and girls. Oh, let's go about busting. I just swing here. Number 4, you just saw us go on the Go Ape Treetop course, but it was actually just opened this year.
Yeah! And finally, fact number 5 about Mahoney State Park, you can actually go horseback riding.
Yeah.
Here we go! Well, that's been 5 fun facts about Mahoney State Park near Ashland, Nebraska, and an adventure through their brand new Go Ape Treetop course. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.